One of the most important pieces of information for rezero has come out recently, an official world map for the rezero world. And for those wondering, the world map that you normally see me use in my video is actually a fan-made one and isn't actually canon. However, recently an official map for rezero has been revealed, so I wanted to talk about it, and I'll be using an annotated and labeled map which was done by Ice from Witch Cult Translations, so go check out his Twitter in the description of the video. I'm going to talk about a few things I've noticed, but let's start with the noticeable things. It seems, of course, that the map is not to scale, considering how big Roswell Manor is. There are a few errors I see though. The Tigresi River, which is seen coming from Gutsiko, should go through the border of Kararagi and Lagunica from Pristella into Wallachia, but as we can see from the map, it isn't actually drawn, so I'm not sure what is going on. Also, we see that Elia Forest should be covered in snow or be frozen, however that hasn't been depicted on the map either, so again I'm not sure why that is. It's hard to see, but at the bottom right of the map is of course the Budheim jungle, which is huge, but I wanted to talk about more of the interesting aspects I've seen, namely the piece of land which seems to be floating in the top right corner of the world map. Now, some people may say that this is just an effect put in, but we know that Echidna does have a floating island. It could be possible that these are small islands which are floating off the Great Waterfall. It is something to keep in mind, and we don't actually see small islands which are floating off the main continent anywhere else on the map, and you could see that by just checking the border of the entire world map, and these are the only locations we do see these small islands at. The other notable thing is the volcano seen in the top left corner of the world map. I don't remember there being any mention of a volcano in the world of rezero, so seeing it drawn here is definitely interesting. I've heard speculation that it may be where Zerestia actually lives from Sloth, but that seems very unlikely since Zerestia is associated with wind rather than with fire, so I do doubt that. Either way, I do look forward to seeing how this is implemented in the future if it ever does get mentioned in the light novel. The bottom left is also quite barren. We can see that the mountains kind of cut off a small section of the world, and we can see there's a fortress or some form of checkpoint here. There's also a lone island in the middle of a lake, and there's also a forest. So I just thought this small cut-off region of the world map looked interesting. I don't know if Subaru will ever visit here, but it interested me anyway. One interesting thing is how small Gustico is. I find it really interesting also that it's the only place that is frozen solid. We can now see why Elsa struggled with the cold when she was younger. Likewise, looking at the map, we can only see one desert area in Lagunica, which is the Ugria sand dunes, again hinting that Daphne's remains are most likely here, because that's the only desert that we can see. Well, that's all. It was a very quick video. Do you like the new official map? Have you noticed something that I haven't mentioned yet? Let me know, and thank you for watching, and thank you to my channel members.